students, I hope you are well and taking care of yourself. I know it's a bit difficult. We are all in COVID restrictions at the moment. However, we can still make the most by taking care of our family and showing love and hospitality to the ones around us. Well, it's Father's Day approaching, and I want you all to engage in a practical activity where you are baking some delicious melting moments for your father. Now, these are small little biscuits which you can present to your dad with a card, and you can wrap these up in a nice cellophane paper, or you can put them in an airtight container and gift it to your dad. Before I begin the demo, I'd like to share with you a very, very powerful scripture from Ephesians 6:1. And it says, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother. This is the first commandment with a promise, that it may go well with you and that you may live long in the land." Okay, so God promises us prosperity. God promises us good health and a long life if we honor our parents. So take this opportunity, students, to show love and honor to your dads, especially this Father's Day. Okay, obey what God is requesting from you in Ephesians. Show love and care and honor, and you will experience God's blessings over your life. You will find that everything that you do will go well when you show love and honor to your parents. Okay, so pray for your dad, take care of him, and bake some delicious treats for him. For these melting moments, we will require an electric beater. However, you don't have to use one. If you don't have it at home, you can easily bring the butter to room temperature, and with a whisk, just whisk it with the sugar, okay, and vanilla extract. So the ingredients that you will need here is 1.5 cup of plain flour, 1/2 cup of icing sugar, 1/2 cup of corn flour, and butter, 250 grams of butter, which has been cubed and is at room temperature. So we'll start off with the butter. So we've got our butter here, and we'll add vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon. Bring it to a nice fluffy, soft consistency. So the butter is going to actually cream out with the vanilla, and this is unsalted butter. I prefer using unsalted butter because salted butter can get really, salty. Students, you can see now that the butter has changed its color and has become quite pale, and that's perfectly done. So now we will sift 1/2 cup of icing sugar, and sifting will remove any bubbles or anything that is in the icing sugar. Right, now what we're going to do here is we are going to mix the icing sugar with the butter, and you can do this by hand as well. Okay, so you can, after your butter has reached that creamy pale consistency, you can then incorporate the sifted icing sugar, and then from here mix it really well. Okay, once that's done, so you can see the butter and the sugar and vanilla have come together really nicely. We are going to then sift in the corn flour and the flour, plain flour. It's a very easy recipe. It just comes together really, really easily and quickly. So that was 1.5 cup of plain flour, 1/2 cup of corn flour, and 1/2 cup of icing sugar. That's all we're needing. And we're going to mix this with a spatula till it all comes together. I've got all the flours here, the corn flour and the plain flour and the sugar, and it's just coming together in the food processor. Just bring it in together. You don't have to mix it like it becomes a dough or anything. Just be watching for it to just come together, and then just switch off the food processor. You can do it with hand if you want to do it with hand, that's fine. Just take everything out of the attachment. So at this point I'm struggling to use the spatula, so I'm just going to use my hand. Make sure, students, that you always have your hands nicely washed, okay? Every bit of that mixture needs to come out. Really good. Okay. Now, when you're working with this mixture, make sure that you have your hands lightly floured. I kept it behind, just a touch of white flour, just, you know, just put all the dough on a flat surface and just bring it together with your hands. You'll see that it's looking very dry at the moment, and that's okay. We are very carefully going to bring the dough together, okay? And it comes together really, really quickly, as you can see. Okay. Now we're going to turn it into, we don't have to knead the dough, don't knead it, because this is, you know, not, it's a biscuit dough, not a pizza dough, so don't go kneading the dough like that. And we are going to cut very small, that size rolls for our cookie. Okay, so cut them fairly same size. Now you can, at this point, you can even measure them if you want to, but I'm not going to measure them. I'm just roughly making the same size. Okay, gonna roll it like that. Okay, put it down, roll it like that, and then, so students, as you can see, I've got a bowl of corn flour here. Just dust the fork, and we're just making some small marks on the round balls. Okay, that's a normal spot. There you go. Gently press it down, remove the fork. Students, the cookies are nicely baked and cooled now, and in my food processor I have put in 250 grams of room temperature butter, 3/4 cups of icing sugar, a pinch of yellow food coloring because I'm making lemon flavored melting moments, a tablespoon of lemon juice, and I've just beaten everything up really nicely. And now I'm going to put them in icing bag, or if you don't have these, you can even use plastic Ziploc bags, and then just basically pipe them on the cookie and put the other cookie on top of it. All right, so I'll show you how to do that in a minute. All right, so I have filled in my piping bag, and I'm ready now to ice the melting moments. Just a little bit of the icing filling. There you go. Some very pretty little melting moments getting ready here to give to your dad. And you can put them in pretty cellophane, you know, bags, or you can put them in airtight container, and then give these to your dad on Father's Day. Make sure you store them in an airtight container in a fridge, okay? If you're making them now, they're best eaten within the week, so remember to store them really well. There you go. I hope you make these and enjoy these with your dad, and bless your dad on Father's Day. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.